I'm Janelle with Train with Janelle, and I'm ready to get moving with you today. Alright, we're going to get started with a little bit of a warm-up, get loosened up, get moving. We're going to start just with a little jog. You can go in place if you want to jog around a little bit, that's up to you. Just get nice and loosened up. And then we're going to go into some jumping jacks. And let's do some bear hugs. It's important to make sure those muscles are loosened up before you start working them too hard. And we're gonna go to some squats. These don't have to be fast. They don't have to be super low. We just wanna make sure we're back on those heels, not over our toes. Last thing we're going to do to warm up is some arm circles. We're going to go a couple forward, a couple backwards, and then we're going to switch to the other arm. Shoulders nice and loosened up, and then we'll go backwards. Alright, shake it out. If you need to grab a quick water while I explain the workout. We're not going to need any weights today. We just are going to use our bodies and the floor. So our workout today is going to be 3 exercises at a time. We're going to do 5 reps of each of those, and then we're going to start right back over. The second set will look the same way, so we'll have a total of 6 movements, but we're only doing 3 at a time. Our first exercise is going to be a caterpillar. We're going to touch our toes, walk out into a plank, and then walk back in. It's okay if your knees have to bend a little bit whenever you come down. Don't worry about it, as long as you're still moving, still stretching out. That's what's important. Make sure when you come out to the plank that you hold it, tighten that core. We don't want to sag our hips, and we don't want our butt up in the air. Once we're down on the floor after our last caterpillar, we're going to stay there. So I'm going to have walked out, and we're going to step to the side for our lateral plank walk, back and forth. After we do 5 of those on each side, we're going to go to our push-ups. If you need to drop your knees, or if you want to keep your knees up, that's fine, up to you. Challenge yourself, and we're just going to push up. And we'll do 5 of those. Then we'll come up, and we'll start right back over with our caterpillars. So let's get ready to get started. Alright, so let's get started with 5 caterpillars. Make sure each time you pause in your plank. It's okay if your knees bend. See, mine are a little bit. As we get going, my legs will loosen up a little bit. Do 1 more. Let's come back out, and we're going to do our lateral plank walks. 5 to each side. Pause on each side. The nice thing about this workout is even though you're going with me, you can go at your own pace. 5 push-ups. Make sure that core is tight. We're not shoving that butt in the air. And then we're going to go back into our caterpillars. I want you to keep moving. Even if you get tired, slow it down a little bit. Take a little longer pause. We're going to do this for 7 minutes. Last caterpillar. Back to our plank walks. Remember, take a little longer pause if you need a break. And then we'll go into our push-ups. If you get done with the second set, third set, or later on, and it becomes too much, you can just walk in place. I want you to keep moving though. I don't want you to stop in between. We'll grab a drink after the 7 minutes. Tell, even I'm breathing hard already a little bit. It's because we're moving up and down. It's gonna get the blood flowing a little bit more than normal, a little bit faster. It's important with these that you're going at your own pace. That's why I'm not gonna tell you how many sets you're gonna do. I'm just gonna tell you the reps and how long. You do what you can. If you get to your push-ups and they start getting too hard, you can always modify them. You don't have to do a full push-up or a kneeling push-up the whole time just because that's where you started. My lateral walks. Take a break when you need, but keep moving. Even if that's walking in place or pausing in between your reps. Make sure you're keeping count. Don't want you to do more than you have to each time. Ready for my plank walks again. If you have room and you want to do 5 one side and then 5 back, you can do that, make it a little more fun. If you want to make your push-ups a little more challenging, but a full push-up is too much, you can always bring one knee up, one knee down, or if it's too much, bring your butt up in the air and bring your chest to the ground. It's still a push-up, it still counts. And you're doing awesome. We have less than 2 minutes left. Notice my pauses and my planks are getting a little bit longer. It's because I'm getting a little bit tired. I'm working hard too, right with you. My breathing's getting a little bit heavier too. You can probably hear that. Get through one more round. Wherever you are, do one more round. It's a good opportunity if you're a little bit tight. Bend over, get that stretch before you walk it out. On my last set of push-ups. Hopefully you're finishing up too. Awesome job. It's your 7 minutes. We're gonna take a minute break, grab a drink, wipe off that sweat, and we're gonna come back for our next round. come back for round 2. Again, we have 3 exercises, same format. We're gonna do 5 reps of each, and then we're gonna cycle through. I'll go ahead and demonstrate those exercises for you again before we get started. First, we have our standard squat. You wanna make sure that we're back on those heels, not over your toes. It's okay if you're not super low. If you need a chair or something to sit on because you're afraid that you're gonna fall back, go for it. And then we're gonna do a squatted lateral walk. So we're gonna squat down and we're gonna step to the side and then step to the side, back and forth 5 times. Then we're gonna stand back up and we're gonna do a curtsy lunge. So it's not straight back, it's off to the side and lunge. And you'll step back to the middle, off to the side, and lunge. We're gonna do 5 on each side, just like with the lateral walks, and then we'll start back over with the squats. Let's get ready to get started. 5 of them. We're not speeding through these, just like the last set. If you need to take a break, just go a little bit longer on your rest in between each rep. Pause a little bit, or if you really get towards the end and start getting winded, stand in place and walk. And our lunges. We want to make sure that we're not twisting our whole torso, otherwise we're putting a lot of strain on your body. We're just stepping to the side, stepping back, kind of that catty corner movement. Find a rhythm. If your rhythm's a little bit slower, it's okay. And then we'll go back to our squats. Making sure that core is nice and tight. Make sure you're squeezing your glutes. If the pressure on your lateral walks is a little bit too much, bring it up just a little. It doesn't have to be super low. We want to make sure those quads are nice and engaged though. Back to our curtsy lunges. Just back and forth. Same rhythm. You're still driving through your heel to stand up. That way everything on your backside engages. That's where the work's happening right now. If you need, rest when you need. Remember, our rest isn't just standing still. Today is all about keeping moving. This may seem like it would be an easy-ish workout. Once we get to that into that 7 minutes, you'll know it's not. But it just goes to show how important it is just to get moving. It's not how much you can do in that 15 minutes, 20 minutes, whatever it is that you have. It's what you do in that 10, 15, 20 minutes. Breathing start to pick up. Hopefully yours is too. Get a little sweat rolling. If you need that break, you can always work on squeezing those glutes a little bit more as you stand up from your squats. Breath in between each side step. And we're having fun. That's a big thing. Nothing too taxing, but you can make it your level. You can make it a little bit harder if you want. Try to push through it. We have less than 2 minutes left. I need you to keep moving for me. Keep putting that smile on. I know it hurts. But it's worth it. You're gonna feel awesome after this. Maybe a little sore, but that's okay. We're gonna get nice and stretched out once we finish up our 7 minutes. You're doing great. Stick with me. We're gonna get one more round in after we finish this. Make sure you're not slouching into it. I know you're getting tired. I know I am. I know you are too. Keep that chest up. Be proud of ourselves, proud of our work. Last round, wherever you are, let's finish her up. Got that rhythm now. My breathing says I do. Last exercise. Hopefully you're finishing up too. Awesome job. Finish it up. I'm gonna take a quick break to grab a drink, wipe that sweat off. Once you do the same, we're gonna come right back. We're gonna get some warm down stretching in. Good job. Now that you've gotten your drink, got that sweat wiped off a little bit, you're probably still sweating, that's okay. We're gonna go ahead and do a little stretching, loosen up a little bit, that way we're not as sore tomorrow. We're gonna start with some bear hugs. Loosen those shoulders back up. I know those push-ups got you. Do some arm swings forward and backwards. Stretch up and around, and you know it feels good. Now we're gonna do a little quad stretch. Grab for that back foot. Make sure we're upright. We don't need to be bringing the knee out. We want the knees fairly in line with each other. If you want a little bit more of a stretch, push your hips forward. Feel that in your quad. If you need something to balance on, grab something, or watch me. We're gonna keep you standing. And switch over. Now hopefully now that I told you that, I'm gonna keep myself standing. Push those hips forward if you would need a little more of a stretch. Balance on whatever you need. All right, let's set our feet apart and we're gonna reach straight down for the middle. Touch the ground. If you need to bend the knees a little bit, that's fine. We wanna make sure that we're stretching those hamstrings. All those lunges, lateral walks. Let's reach to the side. Get everything loosened back up now that we've worked it out, and let's stretch to the other side. Feels good. Back to the middle, and we're gonna stand our feet together and bend over, reach for our toes. It's okay again, if you don't touch them, no problem. Bend the knees a little bit or just hang. You can still feel that stretch. Drop your head. And roll up, let's reach for the sky. And bring it around, give yourself more bear hugs, pat yourself on the back. Shake it out. Awesome job today, guys. Super proud of you for sticking with it and getting moving. Thanks for joining me today. I'm Janelle with Train with Janelle. For more workouts like this, go to mobeef.org. See you soon.